We have tried to tell people to get outside, paint a rock, drop a fact sheet, leave a bracelet, just send a text message to somebody. I don't care. We have been called crazy. How many ways do you need to see the devil is standing right in front of you and you still can't see him? I don't know what else to do.
Ally Carter has finally broken her silence, and what she's saying is shocking. After staying quiet for months, she came back claiming the federal agents covered up key information in her case. She says they put her in witness protection, not to keep her safe, but to stop her from speaking out. According to her, every time she tried to tell the truth, they pushed her into the background. Now she's saying the entire investigation was set up to protect powerful people, including Diddy, even while she was in hiding. She says the threats didn't stop. She was warned to stay quiet and told that if she spoke, no one would believe. Her Carter claims they called her unstable just to keep her out of the courtroom. She believes everything from the raids to her so-called rescue was done to silence her. No, she's finally speaking out and demanding answers.
As you guys are saying, I told you, the justice system is rigged. I don't know how many ways people need to say that, see it for themselves, research it, dig on it, and not understand that the justice system is rigged. And we've been saying that since the beginning. We went through court cases. We went through private investigators. This is how we have the insurance and the documents and the things and the receipts that we have, because we have been through this so many times before, where the victim is the one who gets the most hell and the predators walk. The amount of people that you've seen, I want you to stop and think about how many people were enabling this case and how many times I have said the red and the blue side are guilty. If you are distracted right now by something as what an adult did, or you're fighting for an adult, then you weren't in the fight for the kids in the first place. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Let's break this down simply. Ally Carter wasn't just another person posting online. She was actually listed as victim number 3 in the official case files against Diddy. Her involvement wasn't based on rumors or drama. She had firsthand experience and serious claims. According to Ally, she wasn't just invited to wild celebrity parties. She says she was trafficked through a hidden, organized system that involved private jets, luxury hotels, and high-profile events. And she didn't just talk about it. She lived it. What made her stand out even more was her bravery. She dropped her fake name and said she wanted to go public. Most people in her position stay anonymous, but not Ally. She was ready to testify in court. Then, right before things picked up, she vanished. Not by choice, but because she was taken into witness protection. This wasn't out of fear. Ally had already said in public that she wanted to speak up. Prosecutors even used her statements when opening the case, showing how important she was. So why didn't she testify? Why did she suddenly go silent? According to Ally, what happened next was no accident, and it might reveal something much deeper going on behind the scenes.
When you look at the corruption, the FBI covered it up for how long? This case was back in 2000, early 2000, right? So let's talk about who's guilty here. The DOJ released a video that at first everybody said they couldn't find a video of Cassie Ventura being beaten. They couldn't find it. It didn't exist. You saw one clip, and then you saw DOJ release another clip to the news. So the DOJ had that clip to begin with. So the people who are telling you that they don't have the Epstein file, they're full of shit.
Ally Carter says the government didn't ignore her evidence because it was weak, but because it revealed too much. According to her, the files she had didn't just name Diddy. They connected other powerful people to the case.
She believes
the prosecutors didn't want the investigation to get out of hand or bring too many big names into the spotlight. Ally said she had real proof, flight logs, emails, secret videos, and even a list of other girls involved. But none of that made it to court. It was all left out, like it never existed. Then things took a scary turn. She says armed men broke into her house, tore the place apart, and went straight for her files. They weren't just robbers, they knew what they were looking for. After that, Ally claims her family had to leave quickly, fearing for their safety. She was placed in witness protection, but she believes it wasn't to protect her, it was to keep her quiet. Ali says she was silenced on purpose, taken out of the case so she wouldn't be able to reveal what she knew. This wasn't just some drama. She says it became a matter of life and safety.
He knew the case was not going anywhere. Whoever tried just got painted a target on it. And whoever lied was exposed. I am grateful for the amount of people that were exposed on this case. You've seen that the hotel manager is guilty. You saw the people who cleaned the sex toys were guilty. The bus that freaking transferred all these children were guilty. You saw people coming from left and right to tell you about the baby oil and everything else that they wouldn't tell you earlier because they kept it a secret all these years. And everybody that bowed down sign this man's paycheck. You feed that man from the entire time. You enable trafficking. It's the same way people are using our pain right now. There's content creators that hate us, that want us tortured, that want us dead. And so many people are buying into it by hitting the like button. You're paying these content creators to create chaos, confusion, bullshit, lies, and on top of that, you're enabling trafficking, and you still don't see it. You want to argue, and people tell me all the time. I have gotten so many crazy ass messages that I don't care about.
This is where things really took a dark turn for Ali Carter. After she was pushed out of the trial, her life didn't just get quiet, it turned into chaos. She says her home was violently broken into, not by random burglars, but by armed men who seemed to know exactly what they were looking for. According to Ali, they didn't come for jewelry or money, they came to destroy evidence and scare her into silence. She went live shortly after the break-in, crying as she showed her wrecked home. Her files were gone, backup drives missing. And that wasn't all. She said her family had to pack up and run. They were no longer safe. Ali believes her location was leaked by people with real power, not just internet trolls. She even showed proof photos of the empty lot where her house once stood. Everything she had was gone. While this was happening, the trial moved forward without her. And when it ended, Diddy avoided the worst charges. That's when Ali came back and started talking again. But this time, she didn't just tell her story, she brought receipts. She accused prosecutors of leaving out major evidence. Not because it was weak, but because it would have exposed bigger names. She says they only focused on the surface-level stuff, the parties, the celebrities, and ignored the darker details, including those involving minors and trafficking. Ali claims she had hotel logs, camera footage, and names of people who could back her up, even bodyguards and staff who watched everything happen. She said she filed earlier lawsuits years ago that quietly disappeared. And she pointed out a pattern, same behavior, same names, repeated for years. In her words, the system didn't fail her, shut her out on purpose. And now she's calling them all out by name.
If you ever see a dead man switch come from us, you'll know that we're no longer on this world, because we'll tell you if you're watching this video, it's because we're no longer here. And in that video, it will release everything unredacted. And after it releases everything, every single name, every single location, every single plate that we have, every place that we were trafficked, and when we tell you exactly when it's in that video, then insurance will just keep dropping from there. And I don't know, just to hand it around like candy. I have no idea what else to do with it because there's nobody to give it to. And as you can see that from the beginning.
Even after the trial ended, Ali Carter says the nightmare didn't stop. She went live again, not just to speak her mind, but to reveal what's still happening behind the scenes. She claims she knows exactly who's been threatening her. According to her, these weren't just strangers online. She believes certain online personalities and organized groups helped expose her private details and even had a hand in the break-in that forced her and her family to flee their home. Ali says this isn't just about one person anymore. She believes it's part of a larger system meant to protect the powerful, no matter what. She says she's still being followed, still harassed, and doesn't feel safe staying in one place too long. She even avoids using her phone or going live, without something strange happening right after. She's not directly blaming Diddy. She believes these people are finishing the job that started when she first came forward. She's saying this goes way beyond him. It's about a system that punishes victims and shields those in power. Also called out fans defending Diddy just because he's a father. She said, "You talk about his daughters, but where was that love when I was a kid and he hurt me?" She reminded everyone Cassie was only 19 when things began. The math is there. People just don't want to see it. She's not just telling her story, she's challenging the silence. And whether you believe her or not, she deserves to be heard.